George is going off on
Why?
me.
What was said?
I'm trying to block it out because I'm trying to move on like he told me to.
Okay, but you left. Where'd you go?
I went to do some training videos.
Did you tell them that's what you were going to do?
I told Cheryl that I was going over there.
No, you got to tell
And
them.
then I told Brantley that I was doing videos.
Okay, so what happened?
I happened to agree with him that we needed to open those bays. And I don't remember what was said, but he went off on me. And then he got up in my face. And George, yes. And I was like, you need to back off.
So you told George, you said you agree with him that he need to open up the bay too.
Yeah, we do.
For oil changes.
For bay 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And all that. I agreed with everybody, you know. That's what we needed to do. But he was sitting there going off on the fact of what pattern the cars were going. I was like, okay, that's fine. But I don't need the attitude. So I was like, why the attitude?
Did you ask him?
No.
Why didn't you?
Because I just didn't care what the conflict was. I'm trying to do my job. But when I told him, I was like, dude, you just need to back off.
And what did he do when you said that?
He just stood there right in my face, like 4 inches from my face, and just was like, well, you need to stop or do this or that, you know. Going around saying stuff about me. And I'm like, I'm not going around saying stuff about you. I just simply told Cheryl that he needs to calm down.
When did you tell Cheryl that he needed to calm down? After this all happened?
Like 40 minutes ago.
Okay, but what happened between you and him right there?
I don't know. As far as I know, I just told Cheryl that he needed to calm down and that I went back out there to do my job. Then he goes, well, you're going around telling people this or that. I'm like, no, I just was like, you need to back off.
Why didn't you say, no, I just said I agreed with you that we need to open up this other bay for oil changes.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you say that?
I just was trying to get my job done.
I understand that though, Jesse, but communication,
I know.
I mean, if somebody yelled at you, you need to stand your ground and defend yourself.
And that's what I did. I just simply
Well, you don't just say simply back off. You try to fix the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, look, all I said was, I agreed with you about opening up this other bay to do oil changes. That's all I said.
Yeah.
So what do you got a problem with?
Yeah.
That's how you need to approach things. Okay?
Because it was like...
Because just getting mad and leaving is not going to do anybody any good.
No. And I just was like, this is not appropriate with him acting that way.
Well, he told me that he was told you said something else. So I need to talk to one other person to find out what they heard. Okay? Before I go back to George.
Because all I did was say that Cheryl, you know, he needs to cool down. That, you know, he needs like an ice bucket challenge.
But this is after it all happened, you told Cheryl that.
No, before.
Was Cheryl out there?
No, she was in here.
Was it in here that it happened?
Yeah.
It was in here, not out there.
No, it was up the counter. There was no customers. I made sure that they didn't see it.
Okay.
But
I'm just trying to get all the facts.
So I went in there and I was like, you know, he needs to cool down to get the ice bucket challenge. And so I went out there to continue doing my job because I care about the customers and working and get the job done. He goes up to me and approaches me and says, you need to not go around telling this or that, blah, blah, blah. And I think...
That's because he was told you said something else about him.
Mm-hmm. And that's not...
And that's why I need to talk to another person that might have heard it.
Yeah. So no. That's it.
Okay.
And then I think Justin is the one who heard me say something, but I wasn't talking about George or anybody else.
Okay.
That was it.
Well, I'm going to talk to Justin and one other person.
Yeah. And I told Justin, I said, no, I wasn't talking about you because I thought he was approaching me saying I heard.
Well, George told me he was going to apologize to you for yelling at you because he shouldn't have done that. He just lost it when they told him that you said this other stuff that you didn't say. So he said he was going to apologize when you come back out there.
Because it's just, that's not how it blew
But Jesse,
out.
we need to fix it right then and there.
Yeah.
Not go run off.
But
gotta
I
fix it
just
right.
was not gonna want to deal with my
Well, I'm
anger.
gonna talk to 2 other people, then I'll talk to George,
Yeah.
okay?
I'm trying to control my anger
Yeah.
and not do something that's gonna be a problem for the company or you
Just
or me.
don't say anything
No.
that's gonna get you more in trouble.
No, and that's
Alright.
what I'm trying not to do.
Okay.
That's why I did that. I still was working, but I went to go do the videos. I didn't go off and go play or do something that I wasn't supposed to.
Okay. Do you work tomorrow?
Yes. 11 8.
If Alicia is working tomorrow, you need to go see her. Because when I texted you the other day and told you that I fixed your time and you were down to 3.5 points,
Mhm.
now you have 6.
6 again?
Yes.
What?
Okay. So I talked to Doug about it.
Uh huh.
The day that it actually snowed, not the day before, because the day before you missed.
Yeah.
That was not counted as a free day for absences because of the snow.
Okay.
The day of the snow did count as a day for absences.
Okay.
Okay? So that would take 1 point away. I don't know what the other 1.5 is.
I don't know either.
So you need to get with her tomorrow if she works
And
tomorrow
look at my days.
and figure out what this other 1.5 is.
Mhm.
Because he told me the snow day would be free, that it was a free day.
Yeah.
So that point will come off, but it still gives you 5 points. So we need to see what the other 1.5 was for.
Yeah.
And so we can try to get that off.
Yeah.
Or see what it is. Okay?
I understand.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll talk to the other people.
Like I said, I try to avoid the situation, but yet I did.
But Jesse,
same.
avoiding doesn't mean you.
No,
leave.
but that's the only way without having to blow up, and I'm not trying to blow
But
up.
don't blow up.
I'm not.
You gotta learn to deal with situations like this without blowing up. Like, hey, back up.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the problem here? All I was doing was agreeing that we ought need to open the other bay up for oil changes because we got so many vehicles. What's the problem?
Well, I kind of figured with his little attitude.
Yeah, but see, like I said, man, you gotta stand your ground.